Hello and welcome to Write With Me. My name is Jesus, and I'm hoping this is the first in a series of videos that will help guide the writer, you, in the adventures of actually writing. And this will be a little bit of a step-by-step, and we'll see how it goes. So what I will be doing is, over the course of this whole session, or these several videos, I want to show you different ways that you can start writing the story. And by the end of all of this, we should have a story that we can put together. Starting tends to be a problem for a lot of people, especially if you've been told that you have to begin at the beginning. And so that's actually not necessary. You begin wherever you want to begin, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So a simple story, and one thing that I was thinking about one day that I was driving to work is something that happened to me, which was people do this a lot, that whatever you don't want anymore, you put it in the alley, if there's an alley, anything that you don't want, but you don't want to literally throw it in the trash. So you put it out, and it could be useful to somebody else, especially if it's something minor that may be repairable. And so I found, quote unquote, this old filing cabinet, and it's rusty in some places. It was the mostly original green, and it looked really cool. I shook it to make sure it was solid. I opened some of the drawers. It looked good. I saw this originally when I was taking my dog for a walk, and when I took him back to the house, I came back with a little, it's called a truck or a dolly, and loaded that thing up. The dolly wasn't very sturdy itself, and it had those solid wheels, so it was a little noisy as well, and was able to make it back to the house. So there's where the story starts to form. We can make this into, it's going to be fiction, of course, but we can make it many different things. So the easiest version is what we call, well, what I call fictionalized reality. That's what other people call fiction, literature. You know, when you write something and it's about something that can happen in real life and all that, it's fictionalized reality. You don't have to work so hard to create something out of nothing. This can be also major fiction, like actual fiction, where you create everything in this world, and you can actually take the kernel of an idea, which is the filing cabinet for me, and turn that into something else and create the world in that. So what we want to start with is just put a place header here, a title. So this would be story idea. That's all it is. Some people get really stuck on this. You don't have to. You don't have to come up with a title for anything at any point unless you're completely done. So now, old filing, cabinet. I am a slow typist and a slow reader, so forgive me. Old filing cabinet found in alley. And that's it. No period, no need to get all technical with that. What we're doing is creating the kernel of the idea for this story. from here, we can actually tab over a few times, and we can describe it if we want to. In my case, it is olive. Oh no, it's actually deep green. It's metal. It's rusty. Found outside of modest home. What makes it a modest home? Well, single story. It is a basic white color. It has, strangely enough, it has a high fence on one part, chain link, oops, it didn't like that, chain link fence on other part. Carport. All right. So now what I'm doing is I've got a lot of information here I don't want to lose because my memory is just horrible. And I hit save. I saved it to my pen drive, and up here at the top we see the title, which is actually this title. And that's one thing that Microsoft Word does. When you hit save, it'll actually use whatever's written in the first written thing that's in the paper or the document that you want to save. It'll have that as a place card for the title. If you don't change it, then it'll save it. If you want to change it after you've saved it, there's a minor process that you can do with that. So this is something that we're going to pretty much hang our hats on. So this could be the beginning of the story, this can be the middle of the story, this can be the middle of the beginning of the story. So something could be happening to the protagonist, or you can set up the world in the beginning section and then introduce us to the main characters, and then the main character that finds who finds this cabinet then finds the cabinet outside this home, and the story takes off from there. One idea that we can play with actually is, so we go down here. So an idea that I was having about this particular one, because of the green color, it's a standard color for some of the older models of filing cabinets, but it's also standard for military personnel, office workers, places that work with the military, including the military. A tie-in to maybe an espionage situation. So the filing cabinet, maybe one of the drawers was locked. One drawer locked, or secret drawer, and in that secret drawer, what do we have? Let's delineate this a bit. We have there's certain phrases that makes it easier to get things along. You can word it however you want. I'm thinking of the usual top secret. There are secret phrases that are used for different types of secrets when it comes to government secrets, military secrets, things like that. There's top secret, there's ultra top secret, there's also above ultra top secret. Excuse me. There's also what we see in the 007 movies, which is eyes only. So there's all sorts of ways to go about this, and the ellipses marks actually tells us there are other options, or are other things that can go there. Excuse me. So what we can do here is then figure out what would that kind of secret be. Well, it could just be regular spy stuff. Sorry. Stuff. It could be about someone in the neighborhood. Could be about the protagonist themselves. Oops. Okay, so basically, whoever had that filing cabinet had some information that should not be released to the public, and this person found it. It could be about the person themselves, it could be someone in the neighborhood, or it could be regular spy stuff that, if the wrong hands, quote unquote, gets it, then there could be trouble or danger or mayhem. And we'll go into that a little bit later.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video.